Hey everyone, how are we going? Today I'm going to bring you a Kaido deck profile. Now Kaido is one of those decks at the moment in the current meta which can do well with a really good pilot behind them, and we've seen it top a couple of times. There was one in top 16 of the most recent Brisbane regionals. There was probably some in the American regionals, I'm not 100% sure, and I know it also came second in one of our Australian online events. So Kaido is a very strong deck in this meta, but it can also struggle a little bit. But I just thought it would be fun to give you guys a quick profile and some gameplay behind it. So let's go over the deck quickly. Now the main part about Kaido, one of the things I really love about it, is the activate main. So Dom -7, you can trash one card from your opponent's life. So super strong effect, because you're not actually paying Don. So like if you've attached on and attacked, you can win with it essentially, right? You attach Don, you get 12k, swing with your leader, -7, and then they've got no life. No, it is important, you can't win the game off this effect. If they have 0 life, you can't Don -7 to win. But the other best thing about Kaido is, of course, Onigashima. Everyone knows what it does. Most of the cards in the deck, everyone's going to be pretty sold on or well known, but we'll go over quickly. We've got the 10 drop Kaido, Don -6, KO everything. King, Don -2, on play, KO a 3 or less and a 2 or less. 2k, 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 nothing more to say about them. They're essentially just all 2ks. Then we have Shiru, Dom -1, KO a 1 drop, really good to get rid of pesky 1 drop blockers. Domino's just a blocker. Hannibal, searches for impel down cards. So we do have a couple impel down. We've got our Sardis. Unfortunately, Shiki's not one, but we have our Sardis, our Shirus, our Dominoes, as well as our Hell's Judgment. So sometimes it will miss. Most of the time, hopefully it doesn't miss. We have the 1 9-drop Kaido, just so we have Rush in the deck. 6-drop King is run definitely more of than the 7-drop King. 7-drop King is a lot better into red, but 6-drop is a lot better into the rest of the field, and is still a good card to play into red. So that's why we run more 6-drop than we do 7-drop. Of course, the 4 Queens. 2 Uta, really good blocker. We don't want too many of the weenie blockers, just because they will get KO'd by our red cards. So always trying to run a couple of higher blockers is quite valuable. The 4 Hell's Judgment. We're running the 2 Blast Breaths instead of Thunder Barguas. I just like the flexibility to be able to leave 1 Don open and have access to Blast Breath, and then of course 4 Onigashimas. Anyway, that is the profile. Let's quickly get into some games for you guys. Hey guys, we are back and we're going in with our first game, which is going to be against Luffy. We definitely want to go first. This is as perfect to a hand as we could possibly get. Absolutely amazing. So we're playing against Luffy. It's a red deck, so you always want to go first, and our curve is also going first. We have the turn 2 Onigashima, the turn 3 Queen. We're going to be in a good spot here. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Dadan or something along those lines come down, but we will see what our opponent decides to do here. Generally against Luffy, they will have some big hitters, so like 10 drop, 9 drop Whitebeard. Being able to play the 10 drop Kaido after they've played the 9 drop Whitebeard is always quite a strong play. We're just going to swing 5 into face. Kaido is really good at all of a sudden just killing them, especially once you've played the 10 drop Kaido. So getting them low a little bit early is never a bad idea, just because you develop so many big bodies that they have to like start countering out, and it gets really annoying for them. We'll see the army come down, grabbing. That's Rush Zoro. See, cards like Rush Zoro, especially against red, more than happy to attack into, because they do definitely become pain. But normally the red players will counter out of it, is what it is. The way you look at it is, there's 2 ways to look at an attack. Well, first of all, we're going to take this. Swing, no trigger. So there's 2 ways to look at something along the lines of like where to attack, right? So let's do this before I forget. We'll attack 5k at lead. So the ways that I like to think about attacking is, okay, if I have a character to attack and a leader to attack, if they don't counter out, which one would I prefer to happen? Would I prefer them take the life, or would I prefer them like, or would I prefer the character to die? So that's the first thing I do. So give me 2 seconds, it's hard to talk and play. Return Dawn, we've drawn 2. Having the king is so valuable. Actually, I think just having both kings is really valuable. I only have to discard 1. Honestly, I'm going to get rid of this hero. I don't think we really need this hero. I'll pass it. Anyway, as I was saying, so just say they've got the Rush Zoro and I want to attack into the Rush Zoro. Would I prefer the Rush Zoro to die, or would I prefer them to take the life? So that's the first thing I look at. The second thing I look at is, out of all 3 possibilities, they counter out, or they take the life, or Rush Zoro dies, which would I want to happen the least? And if the answer to that is I want them to take the life the least, well, they'll never take the life. But if it's I want them to counter out, then I have to say, okay, which one are they going to protect the most? So swing 6k into me. That's a bit rough. We've lost the queen. You know what? I'm happy to go down. No, we'll counter out of this one. I'll use the Shiki to counter out. We don't want to get too low because red will be swinging later on. Now here I've got 2 options. I think the best one will be 6 drop king plus domino. So that's what we're going to do. I'll get the rest of Don and we'll attack in to lead. 4-5. So all these small attacks will just slowly apply pressure to this Luffy. I'm happy using 6 strong king here, using card action to remove that, because we still have 8 Don in total. So next turn we'll go up to 10 Don and we just get a blocker on the board. It also means marker nodes and Bargaras won't be as effectful. Okay, it looks like we're probably going to get jet pistoled again. Which is a little bit unfortunate, but they are losing cards in hand relatively quickly to try and do these plays. So they've got 5 cards in hand, and I know one of them is Rush Zoro because we saw him pick him up earlier. I'm going to swing 6. I am going to happily take this one. It's a Hannibal. Lets us actually do something this turn, and ideally they're going to play Rush Zoro here. If they play Rush Zoro, I can play King, kill it. Nope, we're just going to see a pass. Well, this is definitely interesting. I haven't seen something like this happen before. Look, we're going to use the Hannibal. We're going to see if we get anything. We get a Hell's Judgment. Unfortunately, these cards all go to the bottom, but that is okay by me. We're going to use Shiro. We'll use the card action, Don -1, to kill Otama. I would get that Don back. We have a couple of Don left. Honestly, I kind of want to attack with Domino here, because like he's just not doing much. No, let's do it, because there's a good chance he just plays Whitebeard on this turn, and if he does, my Domino's not really doing much from that point on. So we're going to attack 5 and attack 7, because if he plays Whitebeard, maybe we'll attack 6 with lead, so I still have access to this Blast Breath. Cool. Just gets 1 card out of hand, and we know that his hand can't be ideal because there's a Rush Zoro and he's already getting rid of 2k, assuming one of them is a Whitebeard, and then that's 2 dead cards in hand. We'll see what he happens. He may take this one. He's definitely protecting his life a lot. We do have another 2 cards in hand than he does. So we'll see the Red Hawk come down. I'm fine with that. We'll pass turn. But yeah, it's really just a let's see what happened kind of the game, because if they drop the 9-drop Whitebeard now, it's going to be really awkward for us because we don't have a 10-drop card to respond with. So definitely rough, but we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens here. I'm off camera, I apologize. Alright, we'll see the Rush Zoro finally come down. I can finally play this king I've been saving to kill the Zoro. So he's attached one of the rest of Don to Luffy and just going to swing into Domino. As I said, I don't really care for this Domino at the moment. We'll swing 6. I'm happy just to use a 2k to get out of this. It is the most efficient route. Wow, he really likes to play this removal game. Alright, so we're just going to attack 5 into lead. Actually, I probably should have made it. Oh no, attacking 5 is fine. We're going to use the king, use card effect on -2. And then choose no other targets. Yep, cool. We can get one of those Dom back, play the Hannibal, get Sardi. I was going to miss there for a second. And then, do I just play this Domino? Has it got one card in hand? Yeah, let's play Domino. Then we have our defense for the next couple turns, and we can just start to attack big. I think it's the plan, even just like attaching 5 Don to Hannibal. I'm really happy with. We just want to develop a board. Both of us are definitely low on cards in hand. He's lower than I am. But starting to get some scary cards on the field. That's for sure. We'll see how big he attacks with Luffy this turn. I may just block with Domino, because otherwise it's going to get Nico Robin immediately the turn after. So I think we will just be blocking with Domino so we don't get Nico Robin. And if he doesn't attack or something like that, okay, he will attack. Cool. We'll just block with Domino. Doesn't matter too much, but all I know is we want to attack big. So the problem here is that if I play this Hannibal, I'm just going to attack into one Hannibal and go the other. I could try to save it with Last Breath, but I don't think that's worth it. He doesn't have many cards in hand, so let's just attach 5 Don here and attack 7k at lead. No card will be able to kill it because it is a 7k swing. And as I said, he kind of has to deal with my board a little bit now because we're playing so much of this mid-game pressure. Ideally, we get him to 1 Don. Okay, we'll see that. He's got no cards in hand, so leader is able to just attack for 5 at life. King can attack for 7 at life. Now, I want to leave this Don open because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to use these cards defensively. No, we're not going to. We could X-Drake and Don -1. No, that's a bit harsh. Well, I mean, I'm kind of behind. You know what, let's see how this goes, because if I do this, we're going to lose 2, but we can Don -7 next turn. We have 2 attacks left, and he won't have many cards in hand. Or I could do that next turn. No, I think we'll just do this next turn, because we're paying 5 Don, and then we can Don -7 away. So we'll just end turn, and we have pretty good defense for this king, which will be able to apply a lot of pressure. So we will just see what happens. Definitely see what happens. My plan is probably to Hell's Judgment the Luffy and the Robin. The Nami is a bit hard for him to get up as high, and we really want to try and pressure him down next turn, I think. Yeah. We haven't seen many of our bombs, but to be fair, neither have they. So it's definitely a interesting situation. I keep going off the camera, guys. It's not the smartest idea for me. A swing lead for 6. I have a couple 2K, so I can get out of this. But I think I'm happy just to take it. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to use the trigger effect on Shiki. It just gets us another body on the board, which honestly is very, very valuable at the moment. Just these bodies on the board is exactly what we need to try and win this game. He's only got 8 Don left, so he can't play Whitebeard. He's on. Alright, he's swinging big into that, so we're not going to block. We will Blast Breath, return a Don, which takes us up to 11, and then we'll Hannibal to get out of it. Cool. Perfect. He has 3 cards in hand. 2 open Don, so we definitely need to try and figure out an efficient way to kill him, or apply enough pressure. And he has just disconnected, which is a real shame. But we did have a very good chance of winning this turn. We have Shiki, which is able to swing 7k. That's either taking a life or getting rid of 2 cards in hand. If he takes a life, you just swing another 7 with Kaido, and then you've got a massive swing with King that I just can't get out of. But that's game 1. Let's try to see if we can get you into a second game and see it all the way through. Hey guys, we are here with our second game. We're up against a Law player, and while this looks like a really good hand, we are going to mulligan it away. King is definitely a really good card to have against Law. We'll be going second. We will No, we're going to mulligan, try to get the Onigashima. And we do with 2 6-drop kings. This is a good hand. This is a good hand. We definitely want to try, and that's a 10-drop Kaido. Cool. So we definitely want to be as pesky as we possibly can, applying early pressure, forcing them to get cards out and lose cards in hand. But they are also doing the right thing. No trigger. They don't have 6 or more Don. That would be a bit nasty to be able to play this early on, wouldn't it? We're just going to... Yes, we don't have many things to do. It's pretty predictable, but we'll attack 6. Means if they want to get out of it with a 1k, they can't. I'm pretty sure they're just going to take it anyway. And then we're going to play the Oni and pass turn. So this next turn, we have access to the 6-drop king, which is probably what our line of play is going to be. Also potentially just attacking into their board a little bit, because we don't want them being able to go too wide early, and that's kind of like the main thing in this matchup. Is you just want to limit their board as much as you can, get these kings out, and start just applying pressure. So we will not counter out of this because we actually have very little counter in hand with all these kings. And yeah, they're definitely taking us down early. Do we want to use this trigger? That will let us attack into that. No, we want the counter cards in hand. Alrighty. That's another 10 drop. That's something. We have to stay in high enough life now. We're just going to attack into the brook. We need to stay on high life at the moment, otherwise we will get burned towards the end of this game. We have 7 Don. I'm tempted to queen, kind of depending what he does here. I'm tempted to queen so we can Hell's Judgment to kind of get us through another turn. And also get rid of some of these uncounterable cards. So we're actually going to do that. I know I said I was going king, but we definitely want to try to get rid of some of these uncounterable cards. Like we've got this super thick hand at the moment, and also means I can Hell's Judgment, bam bam, and like get us out of a couple attacks this turn, which is pretty good. It's pretty good. And queen will also be able to essentially get us out of an attack a turn. With Shiro, which can clear Chopper, definitely in a good spot at the moment. Did the Markano come down? Okay, he's definitely going to be going... Ooh, double Markano. Okay. Yeah, and Otama. Wow. Okay, definitely going on the more aggro side of things this game. Being able to go wide. I very much hope they don't have a law in hand, but we'll see. Swing 7. We're not going to block, but this is, as I was talking about, really good time for Hell's Judgment. Just negging those and get a resolve the attack, which is very good. Good chance we will see a 5k swing here. That's fine, no blocks. We're going to get out of it with this Shiro because we just have enough 6-drop kings that we don't want to be playing Shiro. We want to be playing 6-drop kings, as Shiro is counter power in hand. Guess pick up dumb Markano, which is a shame. Definitely didn't want that to happen, but that is okay. We have a couple things we can swing into. We got to make it at least a 6k swing on our behalf, and I think that's what we're gonna have to do. So first thing, before I forget, let's use Onigashima. We can attach 1 Don there, and then we'll have 1 Don open left for Blast Breath. Cool. We're gonna attack 6 into this Chopper. We know they've got 2 Markanos in hand. Really want this Chopper gone. Yep. Hopefully they'll let us do that. We'll then be able to play this. We'll be able to use the card effect on -1 and get rid of that Brook, and we will pass turn. Now, as you see, we have 8 Don in total, so 7 rested, 1 active. Means next turn we can use this 10-drop Kaido. So if I'm able to stay on high enough life, that'll probably be my plan. I'm going to use Queen to play a bit defensive. And especially if they develop a board like they did last turn, they will go quite neg in hand. Because they don't have any searches, well, unless they got it off life or something. And then once we get that 10-drop Kaido out, we are going to be able to apply a lot of pressure onto life very quickly. See the Otama come down, that's fine, they want to neg the Queen. See Markano come down. See another Markano come down. They're really just trying to apply this pressure. Which, as I said, it's an amazing idea. It's definitely what they want to be doing. Look, we're not going to block it, but we will get out of it with this Shiki. Going to swing 7 at lead. I'm happy to take 1. It's another 2k, which is lovely. I'm probably just going to block this attack. Yeah, let's just block it. Happy for it to die. It doesn't really bother me. Bit worried about what the rest of it... Okay, so they're going to just pick up the law and play Rush Luffy. Oh, no. We have to get out of this Rush Luffy swing. They're just going to pass. They're going to pass. I'm definitely happy with them passing here. Look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack 5 at their life. Then I'm going to attack 7 at their life. And then I'm just going to 10-drop Kaido. And that's going to be my turn. And hopefully that's enough pressure to scare them off next turn. Use the card action. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We both lose our field, get a Dom back, and pass turn. In terms of counter power, we are bluffing it a little bit. We only have 7k in an 8-card hand. No blockers. We'll use Shiro to get out of it because it's the most efficient. The Rush Sword does come down. It's definitely a shame, something I didn't really want to see. But we'll use Shiro to get out of it. If they don't play it, I'm assuming they're going to play the Law, yeah. Put the Zoro down. They're going to swing with the Zoro this time. They will. They'll make it a bigger swing. Once again, I do have to get out of it. Otherwise, it's a very bad spot for me to be in. First thing we're going to do is that now. Definitely tricky. Definitely tricky here. I got to leave enough Don open for this Blast Breath. I have like no counter power in hand, and I'm definitely not going to be able to kill him this turn, right? So those are the things to look out for. I can't kill him, which is a shame. I think we just attack into lead. They have to counter this out, because if they block... So maybe I should have... No, because we're getting rid of Zoro. So they have to counter out of this. Cool, they get rid of Don. Now... Let's do it this way. Let's use the card action. Pop that. Then we -7. We get rid of all our Don, which is fine. And then we attack into life. They have to block this. Otherwise they lose. And we do still have enough pressure next turn to win on the crackback. And I've pretty much just said they have to... Oh, it looks like they've misclicked and they said no blocks. That's a shame. Let's see what was in there. That's a real shame that they misclicked. But anyway, the idea is that forced them to block, which means they would have no attackers on the field. And then going into my next turn, I'll get 2 Don. That doesn't really matter, but I've got like 2 7k swings and this 12k swing. They would need, with 0 bodies on the field, 2 attacks to hit. I did have 2k power. So if they swung 5 with either of those attacks, I could get out of it. But kind of just depends if they had a rush card in hand. I think either way, if they had a rush card in hand, I'll be in trouble. But anyway, that is the Kaido deck. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please hit like, comment, and subscribe down below. And I will catch you guys in my next video.